Hard to believe that you could love me just like that much as I love you.
I do. I love you. I mean, you can believe it. You better believe it. You believe it, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Well, I guess I can tear this up then, huh?
Well, I don't know. What is it?
Oh, well, it was just a check for or rather large donation to the center, but it was just an excuse in case you told me to take a hike. So
yeah, right. Well, forget it. We here at the center accept any and all donations, large and small. Oh, my God.
Well, then it's my pleasure. Can I take you to lunch?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you take this into Giz so he can deposit it, okay. And then I have to make a phone call really quick to Duncan at the New York number, and
okay, fine.
And then we can eat.
Right.
Okay, good morning. Get out of here.
I can't just take off for Edinburgh with you tonight.
I don't see why not. You've got some vacation time left, haven't you?
Well, yes, but I plan to stay with my family. Although when I tell them how I feel about you, I'm sure they'll just throw me out in the street.
I doubt that. Besides, we need the time to spend to explore those feelings before we tell your family or anyone else. Think about it, Jess. Time alone together. Come on, let me show you my bonny Scotland. McKechnie.
Duncan, hi, it's Franny. Is this a bad time?
Franny. No, not at all. How are things at the center?
Things are going pretty good, actually. We miss you a lot. Listen, I need to know when you're coming back in order to set some appointments with some organizations that are interested in funding us.
I see. Well, I'm not certain when I'll be back. That hinges on a decision to be made by a beautiful woman who's...
Margot, Andy has just told me that you know, and have known, that he's the father of the baby that Julie's carrying. He seems very proud of it. Poor kid. A sign of manhood. To me, it's a very dubious achievement. But they've had testing, they've got proof. I'm having a problem about telling John. I think John should know the kind of trouble that his kid's got himself into. And he doesn't, he's adamant. Poor kid, he even went so far as to say, look, I'm not going to threaten you, Lucinda, but...
Wait a minute, that doesn't sound like Andy. Threaten you with what?
Oh, well, that doesn't matter at all. You know what really bothers me? Other people close to John, like Iva, have known and have elected not to tell him. I mean, I'm having trouble with my conscience. How can you justify not telling your father?
Thank you, Jane. Thank you. Hello there, ladies.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by the dentist's choice for fighting cavities, Crest with Floristat.
In simpler times, toothpaste came in tubes. Though easy to squeeze, they could get messy. Along came pumps. People liked the control, but missed the squeezing. Now, with much fanfare, Crest introduces Neat Squeeze. Easily squeezable, with the control of a pump and a pullback feature that makes brushing a lot less messy and a lot more fun. The all-new Neat Squeeze from Crest.
Bounty Big Roll asks, are you impatient with husbands who don't change the roll of paper towels? If you can't change your husband, then maybe you should change to new Bounty Big Roll with 50% more sheets. So when regular Bounty's gone, Bounty Big Roll keeps on going and going and going. Husbands may not change, but you can change to new Bounty Big Roll, the quicker, bigger upper.
Advanced salon thinking from the salons of Vidal Sassoon. Vidal Sassoon conditioning rinse. It goes beyond traditional conditioners and helps protect hair too. First, it finds and conditions the damaged areas and goes on to help seal and protect hair overall, from heat, from styling, from the world. So your hair moves, shines, feels salon fabulous. Go beyond conditioning. Protect with Vidal Sassoon. Advanced salon thinking, advanced salon hair.
John, to what do I owe the honor of this visit?
Well, I'm trying to track my daughter down. I thought we might have some lunch together here today. When I called the station, they told me you were over here, so I thought I would come over and kill two birds with one stone. Here are your tickets to the AIDS ball. Iva was going to deliver them herself, but she had a personal matter to take care of. And so when I found out you were here, I thought I would deliver them myself.
So you're Iva's errand boy now, as well as chief of staff?
I will do things to help Iva out. Yes, that's right. How about that lunch? What do you say?
Absolutely. Thank you for listening to the tape.
You're very welcome, dear.
Hello, Margot.
Hi.
Dr. Dixon.
Well,
I understand you just vacated Kim Hughes' garage apartment.
that's right. Why?
Because I just rented it.
Oh, well, you ought to have a good time there.
Well, I'm sure I will, sir.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Margot, could I have just one last word?
I'll be at Jane's desk, telling her how glad I am that Ambrose is making her an honest woman.
Why tell Andy? Why don't we keep this between ourselves?
Sure.
Because we wouldn't want the poor kid to have to carry through and threaten me.
I'll try to handle it without naming names.
Hi, Margot.
Hello. Lucinda, Link is here to take me to lunch. Is it okay if I go now?
Go, darling, enjoy.
Thank you. Hey, Evan, have you had lunch yet?
No, but I just rented Kim Hughes' garage apartment.
Oh, well, good. You're moving right along.
That reminds me, Lily said she's giving up her place when she and Holden get married, so you could probably sublease it or maybe even buy it.
That would be great. We'll talk about that during lunch, okay?
Hey, Connor. Link?
Oh, hi, Cal.
I never expected to see you here. What's up?
I'm here to take the president and CEO of Walsh Enterprises to lunch. You ready?
I was born ready.
Hey, Duncan, are you okay?
Yes, Franny, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit taken aback. The lovely young lady I was telling you about just up and disappeared without so much as a fare thee well. At any rate, I was glad to hear about Daryl's latest contribution.
He's a very generous man.
Indeed. And I'm sure some of that generosity stems from his feelings for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe. Doesn't take away from how generous his donation is, though. Listen, I'd like to tell you something before you hear it from anyone else. Daryl and I are very much in love, Duncan, and we have plans to be married sometime this summer.
Well, I'm very happy for you both. How is Larry taking all of this?
Well, I had to be honest with him, Duncan. It wasn't easy for either one of us.
I don't imagine it was. I know how much it hurts to give up someone you love. Well, in any case, I respect you and Daryl for going ahead with what you feel in light of what he's been through recently.
Thanks, Duncan. You know, I had a real problem with that at first, but Daryl finally convinced me not to give up on my happiness just because of what other people may think.
Very wise. As a matter of fact, I may have you tell that to someone when I get back.
Okay? Sure, I'd be glad to. Okay, Duncan, have a safe flight back. Hurry home. Bye-bye. Hi.
Hi.
So tell me, was Gibbs thrilled with your donation?
Ecstatic,
I
I think
bet.
is the proper description. Can I take my #1 girl to lunch?
Yes, sir. I've been thinking. What do you think about the yacht club? I mean, Andy and Courtney are out there, and I thought that maybe we could talk to them about our plans now that we've finalized them with
Okay.
Mom and Dad.
Great.
I didn't really get much of a chance to talk to them when we were out at Snyder Pond, mostly because I was still so unsure myself.
Well, I'm sure enough for both of us.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
I know that the customer shouldn't hug the help, but I miss you.
Okay.
How you doing?
I miss you too. Things haven't been the same at the house since you left us.
I didn't leave you, I left Lucinda. Things should be jumping at the house, with Connor and her brother living there. Although I understand her brother's moving out.
Oh, yes. And Connor's moving out, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, it's going to be very hard on Mother because she likes Connor so much. Well, I'll be back to take your order when you're ready.
Okay. Well, you know, Bianca and Lucinda are such different personalities. You put them side by side. It's very strange.
Yeah. Well, Lucinda is kind of a different person, but
Yep.
so are you.
And what are you? Why did we go to her office this morning, by the way?
Oh, I had a tape that I had her to listen to. You know, I still don't see why you're so upset that Emmett is moving into the garage apartment.
Isn't it obvious that I don't like him?
You don't even know him.
What I do know, I don't like Courtney. He's moving in on you. He's slick.
He's not moving in on me. It takes two, remember? Look, if I can put up with your obsession with Julie, the least you can...
Wait a minute. Julie? How did she get brought up in? I don't want to talk about Julie. It's about Evan.
Fine, I don't want to talk about Julie either. Ever. Seen her in better moods.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, ain't it a treat? Our dad's buying me lunch, but before that, I would like to have a talk with you.
Okay.
I just heard that you were the father of Julie's baby. True or false?
Warning, UV rays in ordinary daylight may contribute to lines, wrinkles, even skin cancer. Caution, your face is exposed to UV rays every day of your life. Oil of Olay introduces daily UV protectant, SPF 15 protection, because over time, unprotected skin can look like this. A moisturizer so like young skin's fluid, it penetrates instantly. Important for healthier, younger-looking skin.
Now, and years from now.
New daily UV protectant.
Your baby's first taste of love. It's something only you can give. Your own milk, the perfect food for your baby. But if you ever need a formula, know this. Gerber cares about your baby's delicate system. That's why Gerber baby formula is patterned after your own milk, to help your baby accept it easily. Talk to your doctor about it. If it doesn't come from you, shouldn't it come from Gerber?
Most pregnancy tests have the same problem, little cups.
You gotta be kidding.
But Clear Blue Easy is just one piece, one step. No little cups to fill or spill. Give up the cup. Try Clear Blue Easy. It's one step easy.
Oh, kids. Your hot dogs are missing something.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Mine's not. No way.
Oscar Mayer light hot dogs have a third less fat, but they taste so great kids won't know what's missing.
Nothing's missing.
Time is running out for a 5-year-old boy lost in the freezing wilderness. Finding him is one thing, saving his life another. A special rescue 911 tonight.
Well, I understand why you're so upset with what happened with Frank and then having to talk to the Oakdale police and everything.
I have no love left for Frankie, but he was Pete and Jenny's father.
Do you think that his mother will want to continue taking care of the kids?
I'm pretty sure she will. She loves them, and she's a good woman. I mean, I don't think that she knew what Frank was involved in, but I'm sure she didn't approve of it.
Julie, have you ever thought what's going to happen now that Frank is... with the kids, I mean. He had custody, right?
Yeah.
The court may reverse that decision.
Oh, I never thought about that. But how could I possibly take care of 2 more kids, especially with the mess that I'm already in?
Julie, that's why I think that you should call Frank's mother. I mean, she's probably heard the news by now.
Yeah. It won't be easy, but I need to call her. That damn Frankie, man. He was always giving me grief. You know, just like he was with Caleb when he was trying to blackmail me for money. I wished he was dead then. And now that he is dead, he's still giving me grief. The police find out I'm living here.
You know, Julie, I would have taken you to the police myself if I thought you knew anything that would help their investigation, but you don't.
Iva, it's the truth. You know, and I can't afford to get any publicity in this whole mess. You know, if this were to come out, then I would have to say that
All
Andy's
right,
not
all
the
right,
father
Julie,
of the
all right. As Mama says many times, don't borrow trouble.
I don't have to borrow trouble. It always seems to find me by the truckloads. How's Caleb doing?
Caleb? He's okay. Actually, he's thinking of taking a job with Angel's brother in Chicago. Of course, nothing's definite.
I think he's in love with Angel. You know, I wonder if this baby turns out to be Caleb's, and I pray to God that it is. I wonder if he and Angel would agree to raise it, seeing as she can't have kids of her own.
Hey, listen, have you seen Iva? I went by her office, but a volunteer said that she had been called away on some kind of personal emergency.
I have no idea. But I'm sure she left a phone number with Rex Whitmore's secretary.
Yeah, I'll get it before I leave, thanks.
Yeah. Well, Dr. McDermott.
Well, Nurse Peretti. Well, aren't we formal, Dr.
Caleb,
McDermott?
how are ya?
I haven't seen you out at the farm since the skating party. You should come out for a swim. Have Franny drag you out.
Thanks, I'll do that.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to get used to people making remarks like that until everybody figures out that Franny and I have split up.
I'm afraid so. Larry, have you thought or made a decision about going back to Boston?
Cal talked to me. He just said, don't make any hasty decisions that you'll regret later.
Well, that's easy for him to say, I guess.
No. You were awfully friendly with him this morning when he stopped by.
Well, he knows how I feel, so it's easier to be with him, I guess.
Ah, I thought maybe it was because he had started seeing other women, like Lucinda.
Caleb?
There you are. Hey.
I was so surprised when Dr. Michael's secretary gave me your message. I thought you'd be at the farm all day.
Yeah, well, Seth asked me to drive him to the airport, and now that Woody and Hutch are working for us, I thought I'd come by and ask you to lunch.
Well, how nice. I'd really like that. Only if it's my treat, though, okay?
No way. I'm paying.
Then no lunch.
Well, you must have had an awful good session. You're, mighty sure of yourself.
Yeah, I did. Which makes it all the harder to say goodbye to Dr. Michaels.
Well, you're not moving to the moon. You're just moving to Chicago. You can see her anytime you want.
Yeah. Goodbyes are hard for me, even if they're not forever. Saying goodbye to you and your family is going to be the hardest part of all.
Mama keeps yellow dandy like a dandelion. Oh, you know I love my mama. Mama keeps white, bright like the sunshine.
I just want to thank my mama. Clorox 2 Color Safe Bleach keeps clothes looking newer, longer. Detergents alone can leave colors dull and lifeless. Clorox 2 removes stains, makes colors pop. Oh, you know I love my mama.
Mama's got the magic of Clorox 2. Sun-ripened raisins, Nestle milk chocolate, that's as good as it gets. Raisinette, I want to catch some raisins. Catch some Raisinette. Catch some Raisinette. Oh, yeah.
The Great American Picnic game begins when you find a new clear plastic squeeze bottle of Heinz ketchup. Look through the back of the bottle, see if you've won, and simply send in the winning label. Over 2 million will win. It could be you.
Okay, you got a perm, so get a handle on it. Get color-coded curl care. It's new from Permasoft. 3 new shampoos, 3 new conditioners that cope with the quirks of your perm. When it's dry, think pink. Curls just right, use the blue. Losing curl, go for the green. Color-coded curl care. Think you can remember that? It's new. It's from Permasoft. It's the only way to handle a perm.
The walls close in on Roger.
Set a trap for Davis.
And pray it snaps on Roger.
They're plotting against my father.
Just a matter of time until we put Roger Thorpe where he belongs, behind bars.
As the dynasty crumbles, so will the lives of many on Guiding Light.
I can almost smell the blood.
You're cordially invited to Norman Lear's Sunday dinner.
You don't understand, Duncan. What you're really asking me to do is choose between you and my family, after I worked so hard to rebuild a relationship with them.
Hello, Jessica.
How'd you know it was me?
I didn't. I hoped. Why did you run out of here while I was on the phone?
Because I knew you wouldn't take no for an answer, and the idea of us going to Edinburgh together is ridiculous.
I disagree. It's a perfect place to spend time alone together, explore our feelings. We haven't done that yet, you know.
I know, and I also know that when we get back, the problems will still be here.
And we will be all the stronger to face them together.
It's out of the question, Duncan. My family is...
Jessica, please just think about it.
Don't you understand anything I've said? It's impossible.
Impossible is not a word that applies to people in love. Now, there is a ticket in your name at the Scots Air counter at Kennedy for the 5:30 flight to Edinburgh.
No, cancel it.
I'm sorry. Optimism is my new religion. And now that you've told me you love me, I believe in miracles.
Duncan, how do I get through to you, make you understand? In the real world, you learn not to count on miracles.
In my world, this is one miracle you can count on. Jessica, please fly to Scotland with me tonight.
You are some piece of work, McKechnie. And you are almost irresistible. So you have a good flight and come back soon.
Only if I have you to come back, too.
Listen, I gotta go. Lamar's home.
Jessica, I may not see you for a while if you don't meet me at the airport. I want you to tell me what's in your heart.
Duncan, it's not gonna change anything.
Jessica, I need to hear you say the words.
I love you, Duncan. But
No buts that come from your head. I only want to hear answers that come straight from your heart. Bye.
Bye.
Was that the crazy Scotsman?
No, that was Duncan McKechnie.
Oh, excuse me. Just when you're going to admit that he's just another Thornton converse with a funny accent.
Duncan is not at all like Thornton.
Oh, come on, girl. Except for that accent, the attraction's exactly the same, right down to his lily white skin.
Listen, that's exactly right. I'm not. No, I did. You don't understand. I talked to Duncan earlier today. He said he was headed for Scotland later.
Well, you left without mentioning it to anyone, not even Lisa?
Well, he probably couldn't find Lisa. Every time I've tried to talk to her lately, she's been out of town somewhere visiting a friend or something.
I'm gonna go see if your table's ready.
Okay. Hey, listen. When you and Courtney get a chance, Daryl and I would like to talk to you later.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I'll make time.
All right, thanks.
So, Margot, any news on the case?
Yeah, there are a couple of new leads since Frank Wendell's death that I have to check out with Arthur.
Well, I'd like to hear about those leads.
No, I can't. I can tell you, though, that Carolyn's first husband, Philippe, never saw Arthur in the south of France. Didn't expect to. I guess they didn't like each other too much.
Well, Carolyn told me that Arthur was as crazy jealous about Philippe as he was of me.
Mr. Crawford, your table is ready.
Thank you, sir. Just point the way.
It's right over there.
Thanks, honey.
Hey, Andy, can we finish that talk after lunch?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
What do you and Andy have cooking?
What's going on with Kim and Bob?
I get the feeling from Kim that she's starting to think about divorce.
Okay.
How come you got so uptight when I mentioned Lily's condo in front of Lucinda?
Because any mention of Lily and Holden's wedding right now sets Lucinda's teeth on edge, that's why.
Well, she's one sick puppy, that's for sure.
Breathe. Yes! Watch your mouth, you look like a guppy. You know what? Evan said that Cal has been spending a lot of time out at the mansion lately.
I don't know, I just don't get it, Connor.
Andy, you know, I only suggested that Evan move into the garage apartment to help a friend, and maybe to help your mom, too, okay?
Okay. You don't have to make a big deal about it. I just don't want to run into him every time I want to see my own mother.
Well, you know, maybe if you got to know him better, you'd like...
Andy.
Hey,
Ida was supposed to call Julie in New York about Frank. So she wouldn't read it in the papers first or hear it from Frank's mother, but I couldn't find her Iva at the hospital.
I saw Iva earlier, and she said she talked to Julie in New York.
She did?
Yeah.
Well, did she say how Julie took the news?
No, but I'm sure Iva will tell you about it.
Oh, man. What a drag. I feel like a Goodyear blimp. You know, having the baby's going to be the easy part. The hard part is going to be figuring out who the father is. You know, even with my rotten luck, I can't believe that it would be Holden's. I mean, it was only one night. One lousy
Oh, you sit there. Sit right there. I gave this number to Rex's office in case someone needed to get in touch with me.
Oh, my God, Iva, what if John should get a hold of it?
Don't worry about it. Don't. I told them not to give it out to anyone. Hello?
Iva, is that you?
Caleb?
For the itch and pain of bug bites and allergic rashes, even the strongest hydrocortisone can't give you the same kind of relief you get from Benadryl cream, because it stops the pain and blocks itch right where it starts. Benadryl cream and spray.
We thought you'd like to know that Tic Tac breath mints are made with sugar, because sometimes things are made with sugar and you don't even know it. Sugar-free Certs Mini Mints, the only little mint that's sugar-free.
I know a place, a wide open range, where the spirit's free to roam. When Dixie howls away, away of the west, when Dixie...
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
Major League Baseball and CBS present America at its best. Win an all-expense-paid trip to the '92 All-Star Game, plus $5,000 cash and more. Look for details in this special Major League Baseball CBS insert in selected June 23rd Sunday newspapers. And watch Major League Baseball on CBS.
This is CBS.
An automobile accident caused by someone else can happen to anyone, anytime. Where will you turn if tragedy strikes? Call the law offices of Walter Amrock and Associates.
Is this man lying through his teeth?
No, not really. You sure? Positive, Judge. Oh, come on. That's right.
On the next People's Court, she's suing her daddy dearest for whopping her one.
He just socked me. You know,
Socked you where?
Me to the right side of my face.
Did you slap your daughter, sir? I did not hit her.
What really went on between these two?
She's kind of like woofing at me.
Find out on the next People's Court.
People's Court, today at 4 on TV6.
Blindfold, monsieur.
No.
Cigarette.
No.
What do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni and sausage. Tombstone pizza, Pierre!
Introducing Tombstone Pizza. It starts with real Wisconsin cheese over our crispy, buttery tasting crust. So what do you want on your tombstone?
Napkin?
No.
A team of support for critically ill patients today on Live at 5.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Hi, Caleb.
I'm sorry if I'm pulling you away from an important meeting.
No, that's okay. How did you get this number?
Well, Lila told me that Rex's secretary might have it, so I asked her. But actually, she wouldn't give it to me until Sweet Angel told her that I was your brother and that it was extremely important. And then she was still reluctant, but...
So what's so important?
Well, I'm at the yacht club, and I talked to Andy. He said that you talked to Julie in New York about Frank. I was just wondering how she took the news.
Well, naturally, she was upset, and but she appreciated my call. Oh, she's fine. She's just eager to get the next few months over with, you know, to have the baby.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering how long that was going to be. Listen, thanks again, Ivor, for calling her for me. It would have been difficult under the circumstances.
Well, Caleb, that's why I offered to do it.
Listen, when I dropped Seth off at the airport, he offered to get in touch with that Gillette guy in New York, find out where Julie lives so he can go and see her and see if she needs anything.
Yes, that'll be great. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're supposed to be on your way to the cafeteria to have lunch with me and Susan.
Nope. You know what they say? Best laid plans of mice and men and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, Susan couldn't make it?
Nope. So I made reservations for you and me at a restaurant outside of here.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to change.
No, please. I love a woman in uniform. So sexy.
Cut it out. No, really. Maybe we should just go to the corner deli, you know,
Deli?
stuff.
No, the yacht club.
The yacht club?
The yacht
I can't
club.
do that. I'd look like a nurse.
That's exactly what you are. Everybody knows that anyway. Come on, Lila. Humor me. I'm just trying to stay out of the muck of self-pity with this Franny, and I just want to go have lunch outside in the fresh air, someplace out of here, please. I'll wear my lab coat. I'll even wear my stethoscope. What do you say? Table for two, Dr. McDermott?
Right. Oh, has a woman ever won an argument with you?
Only one I can think of. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Looks good. Thank you. You're welcome.
How's Dana doing?
She's adjusting, you know, I really think she needs to get out with some people her own age. You think maybe you and Andy could help me out?
Well, you know, I'd like to, but I don't know what Andy's schedule's like. It's kind of been crazy, but we'll try. Okay?
All right, thanks.
Thanks. Something's not right between her and Andy.
Hey. Relax, will you? We have nothing to hide.
Well, Darryl and Franny are seeing each other seriously now.
More power to him. You know, if I was Darryl, I wouldn't want to go through this tough time by myself.
You knew Carolyn's father. Was that a love match, Carolyn and Darryl? I mean, was that a real love match, or was it just an heiress who was marrying down to a sportscaster? What was the talk?
Well, I don't listen much to talk. I mean, from where I sat, it looked like two young people in love. I'll tell you what I think. Darryl should stand as an example for all of us, the way he stood by Carolyn when she was paralyzed. I think it's true love if I ever saw it. I think he deserves our respect instead of a lot of gossip, frankly.
I couldn't agree with you more.
What?
Were you able to get in touch with Iva?
Yes, I was. She didn't sound too eager to hear from me, but she did say that Julie took the news as well as could be expected.
In spite of everything, I feel really sorry for Julie.
Yeah, well, I damn sure don't.
Caleb. Come on, don't you inside have some feeling left, some compassion for Julie? You were married to her. You wanted to spend the rest of your life with her. I know you.
I do feel for the sad, lost little girl. I had no one to trust, no one to love her when the chips were down. Especially me, because I was too hurt myself. You know, that's why I admire Andy. Because even though she nearly destroyed him, he could still forgive her almost anything.
Don't you feel better for saying that?
As a matter of fact, yes, I do. Is this, I'm getting secondhand what you learned from Dr. Michaels? Is that it?
Maybe so. But at least it works, doesn't it?
Obviously. That's another thing I'm going to miss about you. Andy, Listen, I talked to Iva on some out-of-town number. She said she talked to Julie and that she took the news pretty well.
I wonder what Lucinda and Cal have going.
I don't know, but I think Mama blew her chance.
I'm a big kid with new pull-ups. Wow! Big kid pants make me big now.
Introducing Pull-Ups Disposable Training Pants from Huggies. They go on like underwear and protect like a diaper, even overnight.
And I can pull them off and on.
New Pull-Ups Disposable Training Pants.
Mommy, wow! I'm a big kid now.
What are people saying about our new low-calorie Tropicana Twister?
At last, they have seen the light.
New Tropicana Twister Light. It's lighter in calories.
Calories are our friends.
Because it's the first and only bottled juice drink with NutraSweet.
The very thought makes me lightheaded.
Tempting low-calorie combinations like orange raspberry.
We take things one fruit at a time.
Their flavors Mother Nature never intended. New low-calorie Tropicana Twister Light.
It's heavy, dude.
Some people, you tell them a Lender's bagel has complex carbohydrates, 20% more than a lot of cereals people call healthy, and they still think good stuff has to come in a bowl. Well, there you go. Lender's bagels. Who knew they were this good?
I used to feel so guilty about snacking until I found the perfect snack, Sunsweet pitted prunes. They're just bursting with flavor and so naturally sweet. Perfect. Only one prune tastes Sunsweet.
Sorry, would you excuse me? I really appreciate you coming back down to Oakdale on such short notice.
Officer Murphy told me that you were here.
So,
Thanks. Well, it was great having a lunch with you and getting together and talking a lot. That's yours. Hiya, Arthur. Doctor. As far as coming back, I would do anything to help put Carolyn's murder away.
good, because I have a couple of questions for you.
I'll answer them if I can. Fire away.
All right, when I talked to you last night at the Mona Lisa, you said that you'd been in Chicago for 3 days on business. When we checked it out with the hotel, they have you registered there for 1 day. Can you explain that?
Easily. The first 2 nights I stayed with an old friend, and then I checked into the shoreline. And in anticipation of your next question, here's the name and address of my friend. Feel free to check it out.
Great, thank you. I will. Now, the next point is, do you know or have you ever been in contact with a Frank Wendell, a man working under the alias of Fred Weaver?
Was that the young hood who was just killed in what was described as a gangland-style execution? Oh, I never heard the name until I read about it in the Chicago papers. Why?
Oh. Well, Frank Wendell recently sold some silver that was taken from the Crawford house during the break-in and the murder. And there was a key found in his possession that goes to that house.
Well, that's all very interesting, but what has any of that to do with me?
Well, Darryl has identified that key as the one that he and Carolyn gave to you when you were staying there. Darryl, just ignore him.
You know, it's hard to do when I know that he was involved with that awful night.
Well, if he was, then Margot and the police will find a way to prove it.
I was hoping to persuade someone I'm very fond of to fly with me to Edinburgh tonight. But she turned me down. Oh, no, it's a bit too complicated to go into on an overseas phone call. I love you too, Beatrice. And I look forward to seeing both you and Brian tomorrow morning, Edinburgh time. Bye. Oh, well, I tried my best.
And why do you need a man like Thornton or Duncan to be happy? You know, when you brought Blake here for Christmas, we were all hoping that you'd get serious with him.
You hardly knew the man.
No. We knew enough to see that he was a nice guy. Good future. Like kids, would give you the good life and put some black babies
Wait a minute, Lamar. Now, wait a minute. That's all true about Blake as far as it goes, but that is as far as it goes. No, wait a minute. Now, Blake was involved in something really shady, and it showed me that he had no sense of loyalty. He'd do anything to achieve success, legal or otherwise, and that's why I ended it with him. And you're going to sit here and tell me that I should have gone ahead and made a life with him anyway?
The problem with you is you always want everything so perfect.
You're damn right I want it perfect. If I'm going to trust my future to a man I care about, I am not going to end up like Fiona with no husband and 2 kids to raise by myself.
Whoa! Was Thornton any better? Huh? That man never came through with anything he promised and he never meant to.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And so I learned to be careful with relationships, and it's cost me a lot of lonely nights.
Well, I think you did pretty fine for yourself anyway. Hell, Jess, we all have lonely nights.
Does that mean I have to like it?
No, it just means you got to learn to live with it. Look, this is getting us nowhere. And I don't want to wake Mama from her nap.
No, wait a minute. Stay here and finish this, damn it. Why do you dislike Duncan so much? He's been very nice to you. He even offered to help you relocate and find a new job.
I'm looking for handouts from Whitey.
God, Lamar, you are so blind you can't even recognize a sincere gesture of friendship from a very generous man. Yes, Duncan's white, and so was Thornton, but that is where the similarities end.
No, that is what you say. But what I say is that you should admit that Duncan is just your ticket into Whitey's world, which is where you've always wanted to be ever since you went off to that law school and got ashamed of your own family.
I don't have to take this from you. Come. Yes, I wanted more. I wanted more for all of us. And I have admitted to being insensitive about everybody's feelings, but I have learned from my mistakes, Lamar, and I have been trying to make up for it. And as far as Duncan is concerned, I do not see him as my ticket into Whitey's world.
Then what do you see when you look at him?
I see a very kind and generous soul. A man who is a bit of a maverick, but then so am I. A man of passion, whose radical actions I disagree with vehemently, but I can't disagree with the good things inside him that make him take those actions. And I see a man I love very much. And I would happily build a life with him if it weren't for the very things that you expressed, Lamar. Bigotry, hatred. I have always hated racism, whether it came from white people or black people. But most of all, I hate to see it in my own brother.
This morning, the world's leading toothpaste brings people all over the world a whole new reason to smile. Introducing new Colgate Tartar Control with an exclusive tartar-fighting booster. Helps brush away bacterial plaque before it hardens into ugly tartar. For cleaner, healthy teeth the world over. New Colgate Tartar Control, because your smile was meant to last a lifetime.
Kellogg's Just Right versus Total.
Try Kellogg's Just Right. It's a high-nutrition cereal.
Say, how about high-nutrition total?
Kellogg's Just Right has vitamin A, B6, and B12.
Oh, it's the same here.
And vitamin E and iron.
Us do.
Kellogg's Just Right has sweet dates. dates? Lots of crunchy almonds, plump, juicy raisins, and 4 hearty grains. Really? Yep, and 2 out of 3 people in America prefer the taste of Kellogg's Just Right to Total.
2 out of 3? Name 2.
1, 2.
Yeah.
The taste makes Kellogg's Just Right just better.
If you're feeling a little unpopular because of a wart, try America's #1 wart remedy, Compound W.
It hates warts more than you do.
Starburst with real fruit juice.
Introducing new Finesse Shampoo Plus Conditioner in 1. Your shortcut to beautiful hair. New Finesse Shampoo Plus Conditioner self-adjusts to give you just the right amount of cleaning and conditioning in no time. Now gorgeous hair is only 1 step away. That's all. New Finesse Shampoo Plus Conditioner in 1. Your shortcut to beautiful hair.
Why didn't you just want to leave when you saw them, huh?
Because running away isn't going to help me get over Franny. Not even running all the way back to Boston's going to do that.
Larry, I just feel so badly for you. You're hurting so much.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing? Hey, Cal. Well, I just have to tell you how much I enjoyed myself this morning.
Well, I'm glad I did too. Listen, why don't you just come by anytime to see Katie, whatever.
Well, thanks. I will.
You know,
Excuse me, Lucinda.
Hi.
Hi.
Cute thing. Oh, good looking. Have you met Franny Hughes? This is Evan Jameson, Connor's brother.
My pleasure,
Nice
Miss
to meet
Hughes.
you.
I apologize for interrupting, but I just got a call from Lily. She said that the grand ballroom will be available for the stockholders meeting if you still want to change
Great,
from the
of course
banquet
I do.
room.
And aren't you sweet to come and deliver that message in person? Stay, relax, and have some lunch on me.
Thanks, I will. Excuse me.
Nice to meet you.
see ya. Hey, pull up a chair, little brother.
No, thanks. I'm gonna get some time off. I think I'm gonna go catch some rays. I came over here to tell you that it's confirmed. The meeting will be held in the grand ballroom. Perfect setting, don't you think?
Andy, we're gonna take off, but if you talk to Julie again, tell her I wish her well, and I'm sorry she's going through a rough time.
Okay, I'd be happy to.
Maybe you should tell Seth the same thing before he goes to see Mr. Gillette and sees Julie in New York.
Okay, so you never heard of the Harper family? Because we're convinced they're responsible for killing Philip Lombard and taking over his underworld operations.
Harper.
Yeah.
No, I never heard of them. But now that you have a lead that links Carolyn's murder to the Chicago underworld, I hope you're going to be able to find out who it was that hired them. You know, I have a feeling that you're going to be terribly shocked by the truth when you finally uncover it. Thank you.
Dear, what? Look, Margot, I believe that you are as upset as I am about Andy's declaration that he is the father of Julie's baby.
Yes, I am, but neither one of us is going to say anything to John, are we? Because it would only make problems for Andy, okay?
Okay. All right, if you can keep that secret from John, I guess I can.
Can we talk now? Sure.
Courtney, I thought I'd go catch some rays. You want to join me after you get off duty?
I don't know.
I only said that to Lucinda because she was trying to blackmail Julie into saying that the baby was Holden's, and that would mess things up with Holden and Lily.
Great. I have no problem with that. Look, I'm a detective, right, Andy? Julie is the Miss Shea who's living in the apartment under Frank Wendell's, isn't she?
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Wendell. Well, yeah, you know, Frank and I had our problems, but he was Pete and Jenny's father, and I know he loved you. I can't right now. Maybe in a month or so. Will you just... Could you just give Pete and Jenny a big hug and a kiss for me and tell them that I love them very much? Okay? Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Oh, boy.
You know, it doesn't do you or the baby any good to get so upset.
I know. I just had to call her. She says the kids don't know anything.
Well, does that make you feel better?
Nothing makes me feel better, Iva. Knowing that Seth is on his way to talk to Bill Gillette, this poor guy's not going to know anything about what he's talking about. And Seth is going to think that he's trying to keep it all...
Julie, all right. I will call Seth. I will stop it.
Would you?
Somehow, yes. Yes?
Iva, I can't explain. Listen to me. Pack up Julie's things. We got to get her out of there now. I'm on my way. Bye.
Hey, Joey.
What?
Your bologna's missing something.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. It's not. Taste it.
Oscar Mayer light bologna has a third less fat, but it tastes so great, kids won't know what's missing.
Nothing's missing.
Looking forward to that luau? Don't let plans fall through. Use Reynolds Sure Seal bags. They're tougher than ordinary bags. Remember, it's Reynolds Sure Seal or bust.
Check your mail for money-saving coupons on Reynolds Sure Seal bags.
Freedent's the one. Only one gum passes the test when you've got dental work, and that's Freedent. Freedent won't stick to your dental work, so you can be confident chewing it. And because it also moistens your mouth and freshens your breath, Freedent's in a class by itself.
Freedent's the one that took the stick out of gum, and Freedent moistens your mouth. Yeah, moistens your mouth and freshens your breath while you chew.
Non-stick Freedent moistens your mouth and freshens your breath.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Without help, our Olympic hopefuls may never get the chance to compete. Minute Maid would like to make sure they do. So we'll make a contribution to the U.S. Olympic Hopefuls Fund every time you buy a Minute Maid product. Before life takes these kids somewhere else, won't you help us take them to the Olympics?
May I have your drink, sir? Buckle up, please. I have to take your drink, sir. We're ready for takeoff.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize it was that late.
They just closed the gate. Buckle up, please.
Thank you.
Loving you isn't the problem, Duncan. Prejudice is. You've never had to face it, but I grew up with it, and I'm afraid it would destroy any love we have for each other. Excuse me. Is the seat taken? Glad to see you fastened your seatbelt. This could be a bumpy ride.
You know, I should have gotten out of here hours ago, ever since lunch.
I know. You know something?
What?
If you don't, I'm gonna be here till midnight, so go get in.
I don't care. All right, I'm history. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. The phone.
Brandon Hughes.
You're involved with a cold-blooded murderer, Miss Hughes. Be warned.
Who is this?
Hello? Who the hell is this?
He said something really terrible.
Listen, I want you to know I'm calling the police.
Where have you been? With Ellen. Oh, no, until Nancy and Matt came by. So. Oh, I thought maybe you were with Andy. No, no such luck. He, rushed madly off to Park Forest again. Well, do you think maybe this time Julie could be having the baby? I don't know. I didn't even bother to explain.
Hey, Courtney.
Hi.
Hi. Listen, I just finished moving into my new apartment. I'm ready to go for a swim. You have time to join me before work?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I think that sounds like just what I need.
Great. See you.
But I don't understand. understand. How could Margot possibly put this all together?
First of all, the landlady said Miss Shea was pregnant. Margot connected with Frank and remembered that Miss Shea was out for an hour when she was here. What can I say? She's a good detective. This box is empty.
No! There's $500 in here. I was hiding it from Frank.
What exactly, Andy, did you say to Margot?
I didn't have to say anything. Dad interrupted us. She's gonna follow up on it, you know.
It's Detective Margot Hughes, Oakdale Police. Open up, Mrs. Shea. The landlady says you're in there.
What's that? Some new mustard. French's creamy spread. What's so new about it? It's made for turkey and chicken. It tastes great. But I use mayo on turkey. Me too. Look, we're not getting any younger. We gotta watch out for cholesterol and stuff. Why? Remember the Surgeon General's report? Oh, yeah.
New French's Creamy Spread, a mild mustard that won't overpower. Low in fat, cholesterol-free. It's the right taste for light foods.
What's a Surgeon General?
People who hurt from arthritis are discovering a safer aspirin, Ecatrin.
On a bad day, I can take up to 8 and not be concerned about irritating my stomach.
It's the orange coating that makes it safer.
Plain and buffered aspirin dissolves in the stomach where aspirin can cause damage. But Ecatrin's safety coating helps protect your stomach from aspirin's damage.
So I'm not worried taking the maximum dose.
Every 6 hours, pow, pow. For minor arthritis pain, the safer aspirin is Ecatrin. And that's the truth.
With the chalky taste of some antacids, it can seem that the cure is worse than the pain. Introducing new Marland-era Cherry and Cool Mint Creams, the best tasting antacids, blended creamier for a non-chalky taste.
No wonder my doctor said Marland-era.
Announcing the all-night fluoride treatment against cavities caused by snacking. The ACT fluoride rinse he used before bed fights cavities better than brushing alone. It lasts all night. ACT, the all-night fluoride treatment.
I'm Harry Smith.
And I'm Paula Zahn. Is your summertime garden full of weeds?
We'll show you how to get rid of them without using chemicals tomorrow on CBS This Morning.
Counsel, you may proceed.
Don't let him con you.
Why don't you just lie to the jury and say that he's never done anything violent?
She's dead. We, the jury, in the above entitled cause, find the defendant.
Verdict, Friday at 8.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Children's Clothes by Goodland of Philadelphia. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.